What's up, guitar heroes? Yeah, you're a guitar hero. Totally a guitar hero. Because you're all like sitting there playing some like, which I assume you're awesome at by now. Maybe you're better than me. I can't play it anymore. I forgot. Or maybe you're like sitting there humming and strumming on some chords. A G chord and a E chord. Right? And maybe you got started on strumming in the last video. And I hope you're still exploring strumming. We're going to come back to it. But I want to just come at things from a different way today. And I promised this before. Now look, I hope you have an electric guitar for this. It's better. Because we're going to talk about power chords. And they work better on an electric guitar. I don't have my electric guitar in my apartment. And I don't want to leave my apartment. So I'm going to play them on this steel string acoustic guitar. And what we're going to talk about is power chords. But let's get there gradually. First, let's listen to a song. And let's pretend we're a bass player for a little. I don't know if you know this or not, but an electric bass has 4 strings. And they're just like our low E, our A, our D, and our G. Typical bass. They make basses with more than 4 strings. But normal is these, and it's these 4 strings except the lower versions. I think we talked about how every note, like E, that's E, and this is E, and this is E, and ooh, there it is. And that's E. So the E that's even lower than this E, that's what's on a bass. But we're going to pretend we're a bass, and we're going to pretend we're in the Ramones, because you know this song, right? And if I was a bass player and I was playing this, I'd be hanging around the 5th fret of my low E string a lot. Just try playing that note. See how it's that note? Now if I was a bass player, I'm not doing anything. Here I come again. Hear it? I hear it. This is what I would be doing. I'm going to show you how to do it. With me? I'm going to show you. I just wanted to get to this chord. Okay, so, like I said, we're hanging around on that A. That's like the main note of this song. We call that the tonic, or that's what key it's in. This song is in the key of A, and that A is like the main note. Like at the end of the song, if you want it to sound like over, you play the main note. I'm not saying a song has to end on its main note, but when a song doesn't end on its main note, it tends to sound kind of up in the air. So if you want your song to sound all pat and done and clean and all the loose ends are tied up, you end on that main note. Maybe you start on it too. This song does. So we're playing this main note. I'm on the 5th fret of my low E string. And watch these first 3 chords. It sounds like this. And we're just going to play that 5th fret. And then we play the same fret on the next string up, the A string. And then we play the 7th fret on the A string. So we were 5 on the E string, then 5 on the A, 7 on the A. And let me do that again. I'm only going to use my pointer finger. I want you to only use your pointer finger. You'll see why. Can you do it? And I'm just kind of strumming however feels natural. So 5, 5, 7. With me. Blitzkrieg bop. And then after he says blitzkrieg bop, we go 5, 5, 5. It's kind of a little tag type thing at the end of each kind of line of text. So like formulating tight lines. What the fuck are the lyrics? Na 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 na. blitzkrieg bop. Then it does it all again. Na, 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 na. And then what are the verb? And then this is the third thing. Blitzkrieg bop. All right, and then it has this little middle part where it goes up to 5 on the A string. Back to the other string. Na, 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 na. Does a little tag thing again. What they want, I don't know. Then it goes down to 7 on your E string. All revved up, and 5 and 7 on the A string. So let's start from that middle part. So we're like blitzkrieg bop. And then again, and blitzkrieg bop. Now we're to that middle part. 5 on the A string, 5 on the A string, and 5 on the E string, and then 5 on A, 5 on E. So let's start that again. So it's like 5 on the A string, 5 on A, 5 on the E string, 5, 5. 5 on the A, 5 on the A, now 7 on the E, then 5 and 7 on the A. Let's try that all again, just the slow part. 5 on the A string, yeah, I'm talking 5 on the E string, A and E. 5 on the A string, I don't know, and then 7 on the E string, 5 and then 7 on the A string. That's it, you got the whole song. You're the bass player for the Ramones now, and we can play this whole song like that. But I want to make sure I get to the next thing, and that is power chords. Power chords. Power chords. I'm just going to show you them. So you're going to do the exact thing you did with your finger eventually. Let's just start on this A chord. So we were playing the note A. Just so you know, this note is called A. Notice how it sounds the same as your open A string. It's the same note. So we're going to play that note with our pointer finger, and then we're going to take our either ring or pinky, whichever one feels better for you right now. It's overall probably going to be better for your life if you learn to do it with your ring. So if they both feel equally weird, then go with your ring if you can, but pinky is okay if you have smaller hands. Push down on the A string 2 frets up. So your A string is going to be on the 7th fret, and your E string is going to be on the 5th fret, and then you play both of them at the same time, right? Or you can down pick. A lot of times I drape my finger down so that it blocks the other strings. So if I get too excited and I hit an extra string, it just doesn't ring out. Even if I hit all the extra strings. You get good at that, trust me. I think I've mentioned this before, but the more you learn about guitar, the more you learn how much about not playing the strings you don't want to play your technique is. And if you are using an electric guitar, especially if you have like some overdrive or fuzz or distortion on there, then you're finding that especially true, because especially on an electric guitar, strings will just want to vibrate and you have to inhibit them. So anyhow, 5, 7 on your E and your A. That makes your A power chord. It sounds kind of powerful even on this guitar, but power chords were made for distorted electric guitars or overdriven electric guitars. If you have like GarageBand or something, even just record yourself playing a power chord and then go in the effects and put some distortion on it. You'll see what I mean. I think that'll work, I don't know. Okay, so all we're gonna do is use power chords everywhere we used to use a note, because power chords work whether you're on your low E or your low A string. They even work on the D string, but we're not gonna do any of those today. Anytime you want to play a power chord, you just take the note you are going to play and add another note that is 1 string up and 2 frets up. I like to think of it like how a knight moves in chess, if you know chess, right? You get to go over 1 and up 2. You know, like that L shape. Here's the short part of the L is up a fret, and then the long part of the L is up 2 more frets. So it's the 2nd fret and 4th fret, 3rd fret and 5th fret, 5th fret and 7th fret, 7th fret and 9th fret. They're always going to be 2 apart. and then you just move up a string or down a string. As long as we're talking about these L shapes, a lot of times chords that come in an L shape sound really good. Like, doesn't that sound like a song? Or like you could do that sounds like a song. And you can even make like a box, some people call it. It's like both L's. It's like that L and, so it's all four of these notes. Two notes, 2 frets apart on 2 contiguous strings. Right? Or it's a good box progression. People call it a box progression if it's like in the box, or an L progression if it's in the L. The L is part of the box. Venn diagram. Are you with me? So let's play the song all using power chords. So instead of, I'm going to do it all with power chords. So when you're doing a power chord, notice how little my whole hand will move as a unit, but like internal within just my hand shape, it doesn't change. It's like you could like cast my hand in metal like that Johnny Tremaine. Is that it? Do you know what I'm talking about? Never mind. But like my hand can't move. I'm trying to keep it as still as possible and just move the whole thing and not move it, my individual finger. Right? Think of it like a skill crane. Like my skill crane went down, and now my skill crane is going to go over. Oh, it's totally like a skill crane. I never thought of that before. And notice this song has a box thing. It's an L thing. So we have this L shape, the short bit of the L, the long bit of the L, the Knight's move. Right? And everything is in the L. The blitzkrieg bop. Here's come that middle part. Hey, oh, I don't know. Shoot him in the back now. Da, da, da. Now it's going to be L, or box. Because we've had 5 and 5 and 7, but we hadn't had this 7. But now it's like, what the, I don't know, what they want, I don't know, all revved up and ready to go. So that whole song is in the box. That's what we call it. It doesn't mean a song is bad. It doesn't mean a song is like simple. It might mean it's kind of simple in a way, but that doesn't, it's not a value judgment on a song to say it's in the box. It's not like saying it's like not creative. But there's so many songs that you can make out of these boxes. And if you learn power chords, and you don't have to stay in the box, you can stretch the box, like Nirvana, right? Nirvana. They didn't do this. Some other band might have done that, but they stretched it. Check it out. Now it sounds really cool. And it's just like the same kind of idea as the box. It's just wider. You don't have to stay in the box. You can make any shape. You want to try a rhombus. What about a rhombus? Ooh, that one is fun. What about like a triangle? Whoa, that's really cool. Do you like my new song? Write a song of your own. Bye.